I would put the peas on my belly. I had it down. I would put the peas in my waistband, put my frozen peas, and then I would mix my little meds. First couple days, you're screwing it all up. It's all over the table, and it's like liquid gold. You're like, oh, there was $3,000 right there. I screwed that up. I mean, it's just constant. And then after like 3 days, you've got the injections down, but then the emotional shit starts to come for you.
Where do we start? Does everyone who talks to you about this movie just like immediately ask you like, should I freeze my eggs?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
They do. And I love it. Or they say I froze my eggs, or I don't want kids, or I have 3 kids and I did IVF. Like everybody kind of comes to me with their fertility journeys and their maternal journeys, and it's awesome.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so we've established safe space to talk about that.
Always. I was getting a lot of pressure from, being in my mid-30s, going to weddings every weekend and baby showers, and my dad not being able to get over the breakup between me and my ex-boyfriend, and my family not being able to get over, and nobody being able to get over, and everybody being like, oh no, she's in the danger zone because she's single and she's in her mid-30s. And I think it was the pandemic hit and I was 34, and I was like, what I'm gonna do is just do it and not even discuss it or debate it. I'm just gonna get it over with, because I think I was really racked with some shame and embarrassment about the fact that it felt like everyone had figured it out except for me. And you're like single in the pandemic, you're like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to date again. I don't know what's happening outside of the fact that I know that I'm getting older. So I went for it in 2021, and the experience was really existential for me. It was really awkward, and I felt really lonely. I felt so alone in it.
Are you the kind of person, can you immediately be like experiencing something like that and think like, I should use this, I should channel this into like a creative endeavor? Or like,
Always.
did you have to get better feelings around it before you could write it? Or were you in the thick of it writing?
I was in the thick of it writing. I always knew I was going to do it because I felt so badly about myself that I was going to spend this money to do this thing, that the light at the end of the tunnel for me was, well, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to document it for myself as a filmmaker, and then I'm going to make a movie about it. Whatever it ends up being, I don't know, but whatever it ends up being, I'm going to make a movie about it. And it's really interesting because when I was in the thick of it, I was like, I don't want to write about this, because you're like, it's almost like when you have PMS. Mm-hmm. You're just like, I know that this is like PMS, but my pain is real. But you don't really realize that the hormones are like really kind of blowing everything way bigger. And that's what it was like, a really bad case of PMS, where you're just like, my life is meaningless. I am bullshit. My life is trash. And I didn't want to write, but I felt like, where is the movie that speaks to what I'm experiencing? And all the movies about fertility were like a couple in their 40s or 50s trying to get pregnant. And I was like, I'm looking at you as a partnership, like holding each other. Who's holding me? No one's holding me. I was so fucking proud of myself. Like, I was like, I did this alone. I didn't have my mom. I didn't have my chemistry teacher. I did this on my own. And like, now the babies are in a freezer at the beach and I can get on with my life.